Take a slow breath in. Allow your attention to settle. Let your thoughts slow slightly. Now imagine you are sitting in a meeting where an important decision is being discussed. Several people are speaking. Ideas move around the table. Some voices are confident. Others respond quickly with their own perspectives. The discussion becomes active. Comments overlap. Arguments form. Different directions are explored. In the middle of a conversation, you notice someone who has been quiet. They have been listening carefully, taking notes, watching the exchange unfold. They have not interrupted. They have not pushed their opinion forward. The meeting continues. The louder voices shape most of the discussion. Then after a pause, the quiet person begins to speak. The room shifts slightly. When someone who has listened carefully for a long time finally contributes, people often pay attention. They speak slowly. They describe something simple, a detail that connects several earlier points, a risk that has not been fully considered, or a pattern that becomes visible when the conversation is viewed from a distance. The room becomes quieter. People think about what was just said. Your mind notices the change. Sometimes the most valuable observations appear after someone has had time to see the whole picture. You pause and observe the moment. In many group discussions, the fastest voices shape the early direction of the conversation. The quieter voices sometimes see the structure of the problem more clearly. They have watched the ideas move. They have seen where the conversation circles back. They've noticed which questions remain unanswered. Instead of rushing forward with the next opinion, you allow the moment to settle. You ask a simple question. That's an interesting point. Could you explain how you see that affecting the decision? The quiet person continues. They describe the connection between several earlier comments. The room begins seeing the discussion from a slightly different perspective. Others begin adding thoughts that build on the idea. The conversation becomes more balanced. You listen carefully. Then you add another question. If we consider that perspective, how might it influence the direction we chose? Now the discussion evolves. The earlier debate becomes clearer. People begin adjusting their thinking. The group sees how the new insight fits within the larger decision. Take another slow breath. Notice how the atmosphere in the room has changed. At first, the conversation moved quickly. Certain voices dominated the rhythm of the discussion. But once the quieter perspective entered the room, the structure of the problem became easier to see. You recognize something important about group dynamics. Influence does not always belong to the loudest voice. Sometimes it appears in the moment when someone who has listened carefully chooses to speak. And when the room creates space for that perspective, the conversation often becomes wiser.